Here is a prime example of when to use configurations in Solidworks. I've got these slats here. The idea is some ducting goes through it, so it makes sense for this one to have a hole. But any subsequent ones that are going to go below and, above, well, we just want those to be regular old slats, right? Now we could right click and say make independent, but if I did that and I decided to change the shape of the interface here in any way, it would only propagate to the same parts that I have in that assembly. So here's what we can do about that. If you just right click and open your part, over here you'll see this button looks like a couple of boxes called the Configurations Manager. And in here we can create a new configuration. We can call it whatever we want. Just going to call it without holes. And there's a few other settings you might want to look over there. I've made this a derived configuration. Maybe it should have been just a neighboring one, but this will do fine. And what we're going to do is identify the feature that we want to be in some configurations and not in others. And when we right click on that, we can go to configure feature. Now this is where the magic happens in this little box. These are the configurations. Over to the left you can see the default and the without holes configuration that we made. And this is the actual feature. And what we're saying is we want to suppress this just in the without holes configuration. We can click apply, click OK. And now as I switch back and forth between default and without holes, you can see that configuration changes what's being suppressed. Now, I don't have to do it just to one feature. I can select multiple features here. Once again, click on configure feature. And here now you see that for each of these features, I can choose to suppress them. And what you'll find too is that if one feature depended on another feature, it will automatically be suppressed. So for instance, these two depend on this one. If I suppress it, you'll see how they're both suppressed now, right? You can click apply, okay. And now switching between those configurations, we see the full extent of that. All right, let's close off our part. Remember to save it. And finally, how do we actually use that in an assembly? Just right click on the part and you'll see this little drop down up here. This is the configuration selector. We can just make that one without holes and tick it off. Same thing here, without holes. You do need to click this little tick button. And there we go. Now to prove to you how useful this is, let's change this radius here, for instance. You'll see there's the same radius on this configuration. As I change it to say 2 mil and rebuild, you'll see it change down here as well. So that way we can have all these different configurations that share these common base features. And as you change one, it just propagates through all the other configurations. You do have to be a little smart with how you do all this. Try and break up your design into modular, smaller features is a really great idea. Then you have more control. But yeah, very powerful way to make your modeling more advanced.